that one thing is that most speakers do not do? And if they did it, it would set them apart as a speaker. It would allow them to engage an audience, keep them on the edge of their seats. Well, would you be interested? Let me explain. It's the reason that I don't tell my clients, or I tell my clients not to tell their audiences, that I'm a Sunday Times #1 best-selling author. 500,000 copies of my first book, Just the Boy I'm Looking Around. We don't tell them that I left school with no qualifications. We don't tell them that I've been to prison for dealing drugs. We don't tell them that I slept the streets a couple of times as a teenager. We don't tell them that I was in a children's home. We don't tell them that I was given drugs as a child by mum's boyfriend, and we particularly don't tell them that my mum was murdered by a serial killer. Because if we told them beforehand, when I shared it from the stage, it'll be a case of, yeah, we kind of knew that already, Richard. The thing that most speakers don't do is take their audience by surprise. Give them something that they didn't quite see coming. Give them something that they weren't expecting, because you know what, there's thousands of speakers out there, and you know what, most of them are very similar. Give us something different. Get us off our phones, or get your audience off their phones. You want their attention, their engagement, and you do that by giving them something that they're not quite expecting. So let me give you an example of how I might do that in my presentation, alongside not giving all that information away that I mentioned earlier. I came out of prison 28 years ago, and the joy of being released left me 4 weeks later because I'm back in court. So can you see what I do there? I give the impression that I'm going to say the joy of being released is a feeling I'll never forget. Now that's what they would expect me to say. And that's why I say it as if that's what I'm going to say. The joy of being released left me 4 weeks later. I was back in court, this time getting my house repossessed. If you're interested in more ideas like that one, in my free ebook, I Can Speak, but then let us know in the comments below, or if it's an email, there's probably a link in this email. And I'll see you on the other side. Talking of the other side, on the other side of Christmas and the New Year, we've got a brand new 2-day training. You'll know if you've been following me for some time that I have been running the I Can Speak bootcamp for nearly 15 years. That's the 1-day training. For the last 6 years, we've been running the Influence Storytelling Retreat, but it's a weekend and lots of people don't want to give up their weekends. I get that. Saturday mornings with me, my daughter plays football. By the way, this weekend, they were losing 4-0 to those that were at the top of the division. They came back in the second half. They beat them 6-4. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, the point is, in the new year, we've got a brand new 2-day midweek I Can Influence Advanced Presentation Skills Masterclass. And if you're interested in that, we have 4 spaces left, and I am going to pay you your VAT because I need to capture some footage of this brand new training. It's essentially presentation skills and storytelling over 2 days, a night in the hotel, and I'll pay you VAT, which means we're going to reduce it by 20%. If that is of interest to you, come back to me somehow on LinkedIn, on an email, or maybe even pick up the phone if you have my phone number. I'm Richard McCann. Why don't you take me by surprise and tell me you'd like to join us? I'm Richard McCann. Goodbye for now.